Yes, people. The great sounds, the great vibes. And of course, we will be interviewing Prince Kush live and direct right here with yours truly, DJ Kat the Kat-a-lyst. Big shout out to everyone passing through. Big up yourself, little Briggy. The children wanna play. Yes, people. The great example. Yes, yes.
Greetings, princess, queen,
Every time.
Kat-a-lyst, rocking, you know?
Every time, every time. How are you doing, sir? You good?
Yes, man, man. Strong, you know?
Yeah, man, I see that. I see you doing some positive works. And you know what? I do like that tune there, Killing Half His Stop. I
You love
definitely
the
love that
killing of
tune.
the stop. Great,
Yep.
great. Love. Yeah, you see that tune there? That was one of the first tune I wrote. 1992. Wow. You see how long? Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah.
That's a year before I was born. Yeah, man. I was born in 1993 and you did that tune in 92. Wow.
Well, listen, I wrote the song 1992, saying?
Yeah.
And at the time when I write it, I was in Kingston, saying, trying to get my foot into the recording industry per se, you know, and going to different studio and trying to get, you know, you have to, back them time you have to get audition, you know. So a good lady, you know, she rest her soul in peace, Miss Whitaker. She sent me on to see Slide Down Bar.
Okay.
So I went up to mixing lab and do my thing for him. But at the time, him call over Robbie for listen. And Robbie light a cigarette and remember and walk away, and then Sly said to me, so just wait out there, some soon come back. So while I was waiting, I didn't know this man now. I never shared this in my last interview. I share it with you, Princess. Because it's really, you touch the point, so I'm going to share it with you. So Lee Perry, I didn't know who Scratch Perry was at the time. This man come up to me, you know, and him said to me, say, I love your sound. You have a very good sound. But you see right now, I really think that them one day I go record you, you know. So him pull me one side and really tell me the fullness, you know. Because at the time, it's so the positive message that I'm bringing, they want more of a dancehall sound. But him said they won't tell you that still, you know. But him said to me, well, if I wasn't going to go to Switzerland today, I would take it down to 90. Now, I don't know who 90 was. It's later on I discovered that 90 was one of the top producer. So, so I go and try on and never give up still, because him said to me, yo, you have a great sound, and one of the greatest thing in music is to have your own sound. So, yeah, man, me never give up on my music, man. So, later years now, you know, I come in Vegas here. Tried from Jamaica to Las Vegas, and I set up my own record label, and I recorded that track. But the musician that I was working with, him couldn't really play reggae how I wanted, so we came up with a world sound, and I was going under the name Kush 4711. So the Kush was always there, but the 4711 was behind it, because I wanted to create a band, because my vision is my sound should have a band, you know. So, yeah, man. So after Ricky now, my brethren, you know, my producer now, seeing him, and him come down to the studio and him listen to me and him say, yo, I'm going to give you a grander sound than this. So this Killing of the Stop that you hearing now has been recorded before on that album. Then we re-record it now and bring forth this fresh sound, and then paying homage to Lee Perry.
Yeah, man.
I did a dub. Because to me, he's the creator of the dub.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. So we put out the dub version, man. I'm glad you love it, because so much killing going on, and I tired for killing a one in this country, killing a little youth, killing in a Jamaica, killing in a England. It's never ending, but we have to stop it because the youth, seeing the youth's coming up. We are elders that have to nurture them, seeing, and bring them together, seeing, so that they come and take over, seeing, and bring back Kemet, Africa, to what it was supposed to be, what Africa is supposed to be. So yeah, that's what my message is about, you know.
I hear that. Wow, what a message.
How you doing, man? I just want to say thank you for taking time out to be with the prince today, you know, and the great work you're doing. When you play, what station you play on, you know, just send me some links so that I can follow them, because I try to listen to everybody.
Yeah, I hear that.
I hear what's going on out there, you know?
I hear that for real. So you know what? Let's take it back even further than that. How did your journey begin? How did it all start off for you?
Jano, so you want to know, I was born in Kingston into a family of music. And when I say music, my father's father was my grandfather. The brothers, they are the Folks brothers. So, yeah, so they are the originators of the Old Carolina song that year. Old Carolina, Shaggy Lick It Over in the 90s. So they were musicians for Prince Buster. And that became a big lawsuit there in England too. And they won. And how they win it, you know, is my grandmother had the letter with the Queen's father and the stamp on it. That's what they used. You know, they did a poor man copyright. So yeah, so they are one of my early influence, ska. And then now my mother, her brother, she have two brothers that, you know, into the music, very deep. And one is more gospel. So he raised me. You know, I was with my grandfather for a while, and then at around the age 11, I went to live with that uncle who had a band. So every Saturday I would be in the band practice and cooking and taking little cues right there, but I always loved singing, you know. I always loved writing and performing at concerts and, you know, every little talent show at school, I'm there, you know.
For real.
Man. So the foundation set, you know.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. So do you remember that first time when you picked up the mic and you performed for people?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that. Tell us.
Yeah, man. So it was a concert we had at the Runaway Bay Art Academy. See, this time I finished high school now and I'm attending the academy studying hospitality. And they had it was a fundraising concert. So I just get brave and say, yeah, man, I go up and did my thing. So when after I finished performing, I met the guy that was controlling the mixing board. His name is Barry here. He was a top producer. Produced Tanya Stevens, he produced President Brown, and a lot of other artists, Mikey Spice, you name it. And he said to me, yo, you know, I have a little studio down in Discovery Bay on the weekend, you know, you can come down there and, you know, we found a good friendship. So I started out with a few other of my friends, Michelle Black, Michael Rose, not the Grammy Michael Rose, but another Michael Rose, and a British guy, he's in Britain right now, a writer. His name is Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham. He does like documentary film. He lives in England right now. So he was a part of my group. And yeah, I had a good grand old time, you know?
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. So what were you guys called?
It was the Children of Kush.
Okay.
Yeah, the name Kush has been with me from high school. Because you know the Kush, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, my brethren Archie and Dean was the ones that give me that name, you know?
I hear that for real. And as you know, we've got some great news that Kabaka Pyramid has won the Grammy Awards. How does that make you feel?
Yo, for a ghetto youth to come up, you know, to see him on stage, because, you know, back in the day, when anyone win the Grammy, they usually present it to them backstage. That was the thing that I took away. To see him on stage with his mother, with his friends, who is his manager, that lift my heart, you know. So I've never met him, but I know you've interviewed him and possibly he's watching. So I'll say congratulations to KP. Great work. Keep doing the work. I know Jah is using him as a vessel to take the message across the world, saying, and more power to him and the work. The Marley family, Damian Marley, congratulations to Damian. Great work on the album, you know. And that's what each and every one of us must do, you know. Support one another. So yeah, man, it's a good time for reggae, man, and good time for Africa itself. You know, positive music.
Definitely. And it was nice to see. It was nice to see a Rasta man on stage, like you said, you know. And also big up Protege. I have to big up Protege as well.
Yeah. You know, it's his second nomination. So my word to Protege is, you never make it in this time, but next time around, just keep pushing it same way, you know. You're gonna be on the stage next. You know?
Man, definitely.
I will prophesy that today, you know.
Yeah, 100%. You never know, you might be on there next.
Well, who knows? You know, I'm putting out the work for the people, and you know, if the academy sees it fit and say, yeah, the work you're good, I'm ready, you know.
I hear that.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, speaking of the Grammys, you know, there's been lots of conversations around here, there, and everywhere about reggae in particular having their own platform rather than having that particular platform, kind of taking it away a little bit and having our own platform. What do you think about that? Should we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that our music is so powerful. And if we can come together, saying, this can start from the I and I right here, saying, because I envision some things where I'm at in Vegas. You know, I live in Las Vegas, which is, I call it the entertainment capital of the world. Saying we can start it small from a symposium where we bring DJs like yourself. You know, the internet radio station is getting bigger and bigger. So with that, we have the control in our hand. Now, all we have to do is come together and organize this thing. Saying, bringing radio, artists, everybody together for a big symposium. Then out of that symposium can birth an award based on the work that the artists put in. So we amongst ourselves, you understand what I mean? The judges will come from amongst the radio group and stuff like that. What's going on out there? You know, we need to build for ourselves. That's how we will take control of it. You know, this medium that you and I is using, we're able to transmit to millions globally. See? We never have that. We never had that in the 70s, like Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Jacob Miller. All those people didn't have these music, but they blazed the trail. So now that we have the technology, we are supposed to use it the best way we can, you know?
Yeah. But, you know, you speak of, obviously, the internet has its positives, but do you think as well that maybe sometimes we produce too much music in the sense that it's not always the best being put out there?
That's the thing. The quality, we as artists must pay attention to the quality of the music that we're putting out there. And also the DJs that are out there. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They should pay attention to the quality of music that they play. Yeah, when the music come in, like, you know, the PR person send it in, you can take the listen to it, and you have the hand to approve or disapprove and stuff like that. Saying before it get out there. But it should be message based, positive based. You know, in the studio when we're working on our material, we try to think of it, how it's gonna be judged. Saying, and the message that we want to project out there, you know, to the broader masses of people. So I'm doing my part, and congratulations to KP and Damian Marley again. It's a great album. I mean, you know, when that album came out, I said it to another female DJ who has been playing my music. I said to her, I say, yo, this gonna win the Grammy, you know. And she
Yeah.
say, yeah, man, I believe that, man. And she say, yo, we are going to send him go collect the Grammy. So we predicted it already that it would happen. Because, I mean, every track on the album is solid. See?
Yeah.
And I think that every artist should strive that when you go in the studio, don't just try to just look for a hit. Make it massive, but produce the track so that everyone can find something in it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Every
I hear
track,
that.
not just one track. Don't look for a hit track. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Prince Kush? Let's switch it a little bit. What would you say to artists that I suppose they say they have to eat, you know, and getting that hit track for that period of time makes them, I don't know, X amount of money. What would you say to them?
Well, hear this now. The music business is very, very, very rough. To you understand what I'm saying? To get it to the market level, and it take a lot to market it to make the money, especially in this day and age. It's not like when you would put out an album and people go line up outside the record store. We hardly have those mom and pop record stores anymore. See?
Yeah.
So artists now have to repackage themselves, and they have to push themselves to the market. See? So if you come in just to make money out of the music right now, it's not really an easy road. It's a big sacrifice. So I say to the artists that be prepared to make the sacrifice. You understand me? Get the tools that you need for today's day and age, like getting the team together. Like Miss Jen Cheshire, my PR lady, you know, and good friend too, you know. She's doing a great work for me. You need to have someone good on your team, see? So for me, it's been a long road. I'll tell you, we've been recording these tracks that you're hearing now. A lot of them were laid down between 2008, 2007, 2014. Because what we do, we go in the studio, and I remember recording something like 18 tracks.
Yeah.
See? And then we go back to them and we start mix.
Okay.
And we say, okay, we're going to put this one on. So like right now, we're prepping 2 tracks. I'll break it here. I have a tribute to Dennis Brown, and that's one of my favorite singer. And so I pulled one of his tracks from the Moore album. I won't tell you which one. It's going to be a surprise, but you will get it. See?
Okay.
So that's done. And then I have a brand new track that I'm going to put out with it. See?
Okay.
So, I'm working like in a 6-month slice. Every 6 months, I'm dropping something.
Okay, I hear that.
Man, incrementally. But the work is pretty much ready. I'm recording new material, but I have material that I'm gradually putting out, you know? So for me, it's not so much about making a ton of money and fame. It's about getting the message out there to the people, you know? Love to the people out there listening to DJKat the Kat-a-lyst, you know? Strong message queen. You're doing great work. I love that.
Blessings. Thank you so much. But you know what? When it comes to you going into the recording studio now, what kind of, I don't know, preparation do you do? Do you write your lyrics down? Do you kind of freestyle it? How does it work for you?
So for me, I meditate a lot. See?
Okay.
And a lot of time when I go into deep meditation, I will come up with a song. Usually, I'll get the hook for the song, and I'll hear the melodies, and I'll call up Ricky Dredd, my producer, and I say, yo, I have this, you know, and we'll just set aside some time because he's very busy. So I pretty much, even though he owns the studio, I have to block out my time, and we'll go in there, and then we lay what is known as a guide voice.
Okay.
See? And by me being there laying out the guide voice, I'll drop maybe 1 verse, 2 verse, the chorus, and then we listen it back now and I say, okay, this is how I want the harmony to be. Or I might hear a saxophone, or I might hear a violin saying, and we just drop those things in there as we go along. It's funny how you ask me that because I have a track called Maroon Love, and I was playing the guide when we just did it the very first time, and I listened to that, and listen where we have it now, and I was like, wow, you know, so it's kind of like a baby born, and then you have to nurture it with the feed and watch it grow and things like that. Yeah, so that's my process. It's going in the studio and gradually working on the track, and then we might stop that one, because something else come,
Okay.
And then we just, because music continuously flow. It's a continuous flow. It's a feel. For me, it's a feel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I hear that 100%. So,
Yeah.
when it comes to yourself now, you're putting out lots of different tracks, different vibrations.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you? I know you were talking about every 6 months putting out tunes, but what can the listeners expect?
Well, right now, they can expect more of the good quality music that I'm putting out, but I'm also looking forward to touring. See,
Okay. Yeah.
I've not been on any show outside of the US. We have a
Okay.
show coming up, the Polynesian Reggae Festival in Utah this summer that I'm gonna be on. My producer Ricky Dredd is one of the organizers, so I'll be on that. And so yeah, we're looking forward to the booking. They can contact Miss Jen Cheshire, who's doing a great work for me. I'm getting some guidance from Dean Fraser also. He's very busy, as you know, with Tyrus Riley, but he's from time to time give me insight how to deal with and navigate getting into the market. You know,
Yeah.
I want to get to Europe, England as well, you know.
For real. Yeah, man, I have to big up Dean Fraser because when I did an interview with him, absolutely took the time out for me and everything. Great guy.
You know, the funny thing, Dean know me from I was a little youth, you know.
Big him
Yeah,
up, man.
one of my cousin play in his band. The first band
Oh,
he had,
okay.
809. You remember 809?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
one of my cousins played bass.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Nice,
cousin
man.
is now playing bass with he played with Shaggy, and then now he's touring with a lot of other people, you know.
Okay, I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah.
What would you like to hear? I know we spoke of messages, but what would you like to hear more of within the music, especially our genre of reggae?
Our genre of reggae, I want them to focus on the unification of Africa. The music need to be centered around Africa as a continent. You know, I'm a student of Marcus Garvey. I read a lot of books. I read a lot on his work and his vision. And the power of the music.
Yeah.
This music can bring all our people together.
Mm.
Then as long as we put the right message and the right melody, the right vibration, it can get them thinking so that Africa become the United States of Africa. Then, and when we're talking about United States of Africa, we have a university where our students can go, and learn medicine and science and start developing infrastructure to build Africa. Africa needs to be built. It's a great continent. You see? Yeah, you know. And I think that's what we need to do with the music, you know. Develop things of our own, you know. Not just trying to get money to put in your pocket and buy a brand new car or a house and all them things. We have to think about generational legacy.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? See? So that's what I would love to see more in the music, you know, that genuine love for Africa. Love for the red, green, and gold. See? Yeah, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, man, our people need to know that we are very, very powerful. Yeah.
Definitely, 100%. So how do we do that? How do we kind of get the stepping stones going so that people do know how powerful Africa is?
First and foremost, we have to decide to visit Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We need to go and see Africa in its wonder.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
We have to see Africa in its beauty. Saying,
yeah.
I remember being in Jamaica in a taxi before I came to America, and the driver was an African, and I was talking in the back of the car, and I remember him saying to me, "Well, you're not Jamaican," and I said, "Of course I'm Jamaican." That's what I said to him. He said, "No. I bet you have a mark on you." That's what he said to me. "I bet you have a mark on you." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, man, you sound like the people from the Lemba tribe." I didn't know it was the Lemba. When I got to work the day, I had to go on the computer and Google the Lemba. And I find the Lemba people down in some Jewish people. Yeah,
Okay.
white hair and thing like my people, them, you know?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So when I got out the car, I say, oh, you know, I have a mark on me. I have a mark, you know, princess, from here. And on my shoulder is the map
Yeah.
of Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I wish we could show it to you, should the eye. Yeah,
Mm.
man. Yeah, man. I have the map of Africa on my shoulder, man. I'm born with it. You can see a
Wow.
part of the birthmark here.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, man.
See? Yeah, man. See?
Wow.
So we have to, we who in the West exposed to certain things here and know that what we can do. See?
Yeah.
So instead of Africans leaving to come to America or to England or to Europe, the resources are there. We
Yeah.
now have to go back and show them how to use these resources and develop Africa.
Yeah.
See? So our next generation of youth can come and continue to develop. Now the music is one of the most powerful tools we have, and radio that can bring everyone together.
Yeah.
See? It's kind of like when Gang and the crew back in the 70s started Reggae Sunsplash. See?
Yeah.
Nobody knew how big it was gonna be. Saying it started in a little place called Ward Theatre, and from Ward Theatre they had to move it down to Montego Bay to Jared Park, and people flew. I remember people coming from Europe, I mean Germany, everywhere, radio, TV.
Yeah.
Everybody come together. So it's the same way we need to have something, say, take it
100%.
away from, you know, the colonial powers who have it right now, because they certain festivals is in the hands of certain people who don't really have the interests of Africa.
Yeah.
Saying,
100%. Yeah.
you
Definitely.
know, saying, and what is lost is real genuine warriors for the upliftment of Africa. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In this millennial that we are looking at, seeing how many leaders, many people, and it's like they're afraid. You can't have fear because Jah is so great, man. He will protect us, you know?
Yeah,
man.
100%.
So that's my mission.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. One thing I did want to ask you is what we've noticed, especially, you know, sisters in dub, myself, is when we go to like revival dances, roots dances, dub dances, we don't necessarily see many black people there. And the music that we're kind of playing is talking about us as black people. And I want to ask you the question, why do you think that is? Is it the fact that young people are not drawn to it? What would kind of be your...
Well, what happened is, after the death of the true warriors like Peter Tosh, Bob Marley, who was carrying that kind of message, the radio vibe changed. It changed from the roots to the dancehall, right? And then within the dancehall, it's just a few dancehall artists like KP that carry over a positive vibe and positive message. So I would say radio was saturated with a certain sound, and they fed them so much that sound that them only wanted to hear that, which is not really the right food for them, the right message that was being fed. So I think gradually as they'll come around, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man, gradually. Don't give up, man. Don't lose hope, you know.
100%. Yeah.
See, it just have to do with re-educating our youths. See? Bringing them together. Like we said, we need to have a symposium, you know, and get together where we can show them the power that they have. See? Because we have created a powerful music. See? A powerful vibe, man.
Yeah.
You
definitely.
know?
Yeah. So you know what, Prince Kush, when you're feeling, I don't know, feeling down, feeling happy, what 3 tunes do you draw for?
Like tunes that I listen to?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real, man. I'm going and tell you. See, like we said, Dennis Brown.
Okay.
Is one of my favorite artists.
Mm.
And I go for the older music from way back.
Yeah.
I can find a message saying, like him have one him say, "Your boasting can only be for a time. Whoa, how you're boasting. Wow, y'all, but he never will survive." You know, stuff like that, you know. Or, you know, Marley, one cup of coffee, then I'll go, you know, or a Peter touch, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I hear that, definitely. You know, one particular poet that I draw for is Miss Lou. She always brightens up my day.
Miss
Always.
Lou is the grandest of grandest, man.
Yeah.
Yes, man, that's my great auntie, man. That's our great auntie, and we have to revere her. You talk about unity. Pardon me. Miss Lou left from Jamaica and went into Canada and started a thing called Caribana, you know.
Okay.
And today people in Canada celebrating and don't even know that is Miss
Wow.
Lou. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's one thing about Jamaica, and it makes me proud to say my granddad was from Jamaica and to be Jamaican. Yeah, my grandfather is from Westmoreland.
What? So you're Jamaican then, man?
Of course. That's why I love the music, you know?
Yes,
the part of my grandfather. And
it is in your DNA. You're more than a Jamaican, you're an African.
Of course, definitely. 100%. Yes, definitely. But one thing about Jamaica is that we have influenced the world 10 times over. But do we as Jamaicans, as Africans, know this?
Not the younger ones. The older ones knew it. The older ones knew it. Because I'll share a little piece of history that a lot of people don't know. You know, the Ethiopian royal family.
Yeah.
There's a part of the Ethiopian royal family that live in Jamaica, you know. I'm going to break that to you. I know that, but a lot of people don't know. Okay. They went and settled in a place called Refuge Trelawney. Saying, so Jamaica have within it certain traditions from Africa and certain roots from Africa. That's what makes the country so strong. Saying, so eventually they'll be awakened to it. Yeah. You know, I see myself responsible for bringing that forward. You know, there is knowledge I have right here, protecting, you know, guarding, that I will use to bring about that awareness. You know, but I'm breaking that down. That's for our next time. You know,
definitely.
You know, so there's some great elders that come out of Jamaica, man. Yeah. And it will happen. It will, there'll be a re-emergence of reggae music globally. I hate that. But this time, it's gonna be centered on Africa. Yes. Jamaica to Africa. See, right now they're discovering Jamaicans moving into Ghana and places like that and finding out that Jamaicans can make life in Ghana and them having a grand time. There's Jamaicans in Uganda. There's Jamaicans in Shashamane. There's Jamaicans in South Africa. See? Doing 100%. Great works down there. So I myself look to Africa too, you know? Yeah, definitely. And you know, when I went to Africa, it felt more like home than any place I've lived in my life. It felt more like home. You know why? Just like how you say your grandfather is from Jamaica. Yeah. You're from Africa. Yeah, 100%. They were brought there against their will, and some went there before. See? Went there and found Arawak people. See? Yeah. So it's not many Jamaicans who were actually went there as slaves. Some went as slaves, but some were there as freemen long before the whole slavery situation. The Spanish went there and found them. there, you know.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
You know? So we are the builders and architects of Africa. You know,
Yeah.
I already wrote a song, which I will consider that song will be the anthem for every Africans. When you hear it, you will love it. But I will not release it in this drop. I'm going to release it in another drop. But it's pretty much done.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's going to be, that song will be the anthem. I guarantee you today that song coming will be the anthem that every Africans, not just Africans, but people that love the continent and see the vision will know that that song bring them home. Yeah, man, the message, the music, the whole thing, man. You can hear all the animals them in the background.
Yeah.
The birds.
Nice.
You know? Yeah, man, because when we create music, man, we try to create music and put the right elements in it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
You know what, Prince? You have such a rich history, and every time you're talking, I feel like there's a powerful when you're talking. But has there been a moment, like a memorable moment, that you can share with the people that you will never ever forget? Whether it's in music, in life, whatever it may be.
well, it's my journey.
Mm.
You know, the year 1998, I lost a sister. I was going through a very testy period at that time. And she tried on. But when she tried on, I made a journey to visit my mom in Trelawney, and she sat me down and she said, you know, there's a hotel down in Montego Bay. Why don't you go down there and do it? So I sat down and I write the application. I went down there and I handed it and I dressed nicely. And the lady opened it up, look at my resume, and a gentleman walked through the door. I shortened it so you get to it. And this gentleman is who's responsible for me sitting where I'm at. Because he looked at me and he said to me, you're so qualified, but I only have one position, and that position is to open the storeroom at 5 a.m. Do you want that job? And I said, yes, I took it. I took the job. And after taking that job, about 5 months later, he came back to me and he said, I'm going to promote you to a supervisor. And he promoted me. A year later from that, I was employee of the year, talking about at the Ritz-Carlton where I work, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company and purchasing department. So I became employee of the year, never been to America. Part of my trip was winning a trip and coming to America for the first time to stay at the Ritz-Carlton, Washington, D.C. So when I landed, I had made arrangement for some people to pick me up to take me to the hotel, me and my then girlfriend. I saw some men in black suits standing up, waiting to greet me with my name.
Wow.
So imagine this little youth to come from nothing.
The
whole period before that, the year 1998 to 2000, you know, this happening in 2000, you know. So I stayed in D.C. for 2 weeks, went to the capital, sightsee, see around, and had a nice time, and I said, yeah, I love this, and I went back to Jamaica to my job. Went to visit my GM, the same gentleman who hired me. I said, thank you so much, I had a great time. He said, sit down, I have something to tell you. He said, I'm going to leave. I'm going to Las Vegas to open the next hotel. But don't tell anyone because I haven't announced it yet. But there's something I want to tell you. I'm taking you with me. Because you're a very hard worker. So that has made a mark on my life. Yeah. Saying profoundly that you can work as hard in life. Someone is going to take notice of that hard work. Yeah. And reward you. So I was rewarded by him taking me here to Las Vegas to open. He promoted me to an assistant director, and I opened that hotel in Lake Las Vegas. Wow. See? And so that's how I end up in Vegas. I end up working the money. I have the money now to start do what I love, which is reggae music. Of course. So that has certainly made a mark on my life, you know? And so I bring that work etiquette with me from the Ritz-Carlton, the high standard of working over there into what I'm doing right now. So I would say to my fans and the new fans that I will gain, saying that they can expect some good things to come from Prince Kush. Good music, good vibe, you know, good presence on the stage. I can't wait to get out there and do it, you know? Yeah, man. So that's the great memory I have to share with you, you know?
Wow, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's such a positive memory that you're sharing, because if the youth's listening, or even people in later on in their life that are listening, it shows persistence is the key, and keep on working hard.
Yes,
For real.
yes. Create a plan. See, get a journal and write down the things that you want. See, and even when I came here, you know, I had to learn the American system. So what I had to do is sit down and write down. Number one, what I want. Number two, the next thing. Number three, and then I attack them based on the importance of those things. See, it's the same way I approach it with the music. What am I going to put out? Saying the next one that is going to come out and the next one that's going to come out. I don't think about this, put out an album and expect that, oh, I plant it. It's not the same day you plant an orange tree, it grow and bear the orange. You know, you plant the seed and you have to water it and it germinate and then it grow and it bear good. And you understand what I'm saying? So
100%.
You have to take that approach to life, you know. So I've learned those lessons, you know. I've learned those lessons that I'm using to carry on over. Saying, and the next thing is a key, you know. Share this with you. Saying, it's the key. Saying, yeah, man, this is the key, you know. Yeah, man. Someone share something with you, in a princess, queen.
Yeah, man.
Because it's a blessing from Jah. Saying, so we got to Psalm 72. Saying, which is a powerful prayer. Saying that we use in our daily life. Saying, give the king thy judgment, O Jah, and your righteousness unto the king's son. And he shall judge thy people with righteousness and thy poor with judgment. The mountain shall bring peace to the people, and the little hills by righteousness. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy. He shall break in pieces the oppressor. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generation. He shall come down like rain upon the moon grass and as showers that water the earth. In his day shall the righteous flourish, and the abundance of peace so long as the moon endure. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from the rivers unto the ends of the earth. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust. The kings of Tarshish and of the isles shall bring presents. The kings of Seba and Sheba shall all forgive. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him, and all nations shall serve him. For he shall deliver the needy when he cry, the poor also on him that hath no helper. He shall spare the poor and needy. He shall save the souls of the needy. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence. And precious shall their blood be in his sight. And he shall live, and to him shall be given the gold of Sheba. Prayer also shall be made for him continually, and daily shall his name be praised. There shall be an handful of corn in the earth upon the top of the mountain. The fruit thereof shall shake like Lebanon, and they of the city shall flourish like grass of the earth. His name shall continue, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. Blessed be the Lord God, Jah the Almighty, who made the heaven and the earth. And blessed be his glorious name forever. Let the whole earth be filled with his glory. Amen, amen. The prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. Selah. Saying, yeah, man, we all come from the root of Jesse. Saying, from Jesse to David, from David to Solomon, from Solomon, the union with Sheba that you hear me just talk about, bringing forth Melanic the first, saying, down to Emperor Haile Selassie, the 255th, elect of God himself. Saying, I stand reckon as a testimony, saying that that work will be done. Ethiopia shall stretch forth his hand, And it is I and I who is gifted with the gift of music, the gift of messaging, the gift of oneness to do this work. And as I said, we will unite.
Yes.
This message will hit the four corners of the world, and we will unite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
The power. The power.
Yeah, man, I just power, man. Everything we do, man, must have the power of Jah in it, you know? So, yeah, man, I not do nothing without the Almighty in it.
100%. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
We have a question that somebody's asked. They're saying, why are you called Prince Kush and not King Kush?
Well, you cannot take a title that is not given to you, you know. I wouldn't want to do that. Because looking at it now, from a creation standpoint, Jah is the king of creation. And if we are his children, then therefore, you, DJ Kat, is a princess of the father of creation. And I, being a son, is rightfully a prince.
Yeah.
But the name Prince actually came from a lady here in Las Vegas. She saw me wearing my crown.
Yeah.
She said, you look like an African prince. And I said, yes, ma'am, I'm Prince Kush.
Yeah.
Because I just used to go by Kush.
Okay.
So, yeah. So hence I start going by Prince Kush because, you know, it sounds more royal.
Yeah.
You know, it's just me taking back that royal title. See?
Yeah.
And carrying it and wear it, and you know, you carry yourself royal, then you know people gonna treat you royal. So to the one out there say, why not king, you know? Yeah, man. You have to be a prince first before you can be a king. So if it so happen that I'm chosen a king, maybe one day to be the king of Africa, who knows? You
well,
know?
you never know at all.
You never know, you know. But
but
that is not for me to bestow an I, you know.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And you know what, Prince Kush? Because you know we're coming to the end of the interview for today. I'm sure we're gonna be speaking many, many more times. But what would be your key message for the listeners, for the people out there on this time?
In this time, in this dispensation of time with so much war and violence going on, I would just leave them with the message of the latest song that I just released. That no man can change, you know?
Yeah.
What's going on? Look to Jah. Look to the Creator, the maker of heaven, earth, and this vast universe, and love. Love is the first ingredient on the planet. Saying, so that's my message, is love. Saying, love and hate cannot stay in the same heart. You have one heart. And you can't tell yourself, say, boy, I love cat. But cat have a sister named Lioness over here. I hate Lioness. But you have one heart. No.
Yeah.
You know? Love can only be in one place. See? So if the heart is filled with hate, love will not be in it. See?
Yeah.
So just love, man, and love endlessly, man. Saying, find a way for love. If your brother do something, find a way to forgive him. If your sister do something, find a way to forgive, you know? You know, see somebody on the street and them turn out and stretch and say, boy, you can give me. Feed him, you know?
Yeah.
That's love. We need to have universal love, you know? Sorry about the cough.
No worries. It's always.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You know what, Prince Kush, I could talk to you all night.
Well, you know, it's love, man. Thank you so much for everything.
Anytime.
And anytime I'm willing to come forward again and do this. You know, I just want to say thank you to you for taking time out. What time is it here in London?
It is 10 to 10 in the evening.
Yeah, right here it's 1:53 Vegas time. It's very sunny outside.
Okay. And you know what? I think you should do that psalm on a song. I really do. I did.
All right. My producer said that he wanted me to record that.
Wow.
Because, and the reason I read it for you,
Mm.
every time I go in the studio, that's the
Yeah.
first thing. That's the first thing. I don't do nothing without the presence of the Almighty. You
Yeah.
know,
Wow.
I don't do it, nothing of flesh.
Mm.
Sometimes I go back and I listen to the music and listen to the song and wait, that was what I write. That was what I record. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the messenger that come to me and give I the message and I just deliver it. See?
Mm.
But you
Yeah.
have to purify yourself. You know, you have to bring yourself into a state of meditation on positive things.
Yeah.
You know, filter yourself, you know, and keep the Sabbath holy. It
Yeah,
is
man.
good, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I will do that, and I will keep the eye in mind, and
Yeah.
yeah, you're onto something. You're onto something. But yeah,
I read it.
yeah, man. You
100%.
see it, man. You see it. You see it. You
Definitely.
know. Yeah,
Definitely.
man.
Prince Kush, it's a blessing, and I hope you have a blessed rest of the day, rest of the week, rest of the month, rest of the year. We give thanks every time.
Love and unity.
Every
Strength to
time.
you, you know.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Jagai.
Bless. Yes, I. Bless.
One love, one love, one love.